Back in September of 2017, we organized a protest at Unique Fur Farm. It's located 10 kilometers from Stratford, Ontario. When we arrived, we found the owners had erected a makeshift barrier with some black garbage bag material across the front of the property. The facility was dilapidated and run down and looked like it was abandoned or maybe haunted. A neighbor tipped me off that they weren't too interested in us filming the farm. Why not? What were they hiding? The mink sheds had also been completely sealed off in plastic, cutting off the ventilation and suffocating the animals during a heat wave. A bunch of people made complaints to the OSPCA, but we were ignored and so were the mink. The owners also had some security features to prevent trespassing, but hey, they're not the only ones with a camera. The crowd was angry. They wanted answers, and so did I. I tried to get a quote from one of the owners on film, but I guess she just wanted some quiet time to read her coupon paper. What was the big secret? This place was definitely the Area 51 of fur farms. Well, not really. I did a tour of it back in June and found out what all the fuss was about. They probably didn't want anyone finding out that they were also running a puppy mill. I had never seen dogs being farmed before. I wondered if they were being sold to an animal testing lab, along with all the rabbits they were keeping in a dirty old shed. They might be experimented on and cut open alive for cosmetic testing or medical research. The living conditions in the mink sheds were some of the worst I saw in the province. The entire floor was just a sludge pit and my feet sank into the muck as I filmed the animals. The cages were old and rusted and covered in excrement. Heaping piles of feces towered below the mink enclosures. Puddles of urine had been there for so long they had solidified and crystallized. This farm wasn't unique. I kept seeing this pattern of neglect and mistreatment at the majority of the facilities I inspected. Animals were being left to rot all over the province on these factory farms. I guess that's one of the reasons why many countries have already made these kinds of places illegal. If someone was doing this in the UK, Croatia, or Austria, for example, they would be committing a crime. I had set out on a journey with my camera to find out the truth about fur. What I found was a sad story about animals being left behind and forgotten, their pain and misery being hidden from the public. The fur industry almost collapsed in the 90s. Celebrities wearing fur coats were getting attacked with red paint. Protests were happening daily, and people wearing fur coats couldn't walk down the street without someone sticking a finger in their face and telling them they should be ashamed of themselves. People stopped buying fur, and the industry started losing money. Recently, they have tried to reinvent themselves with things like fur trim and lining, fur pom-poms, keychains, and mink eyelashes. They try to market it as ethical and green and sell you lies on the backs of these animals. I hope my videos have opened your eyes. I hope they inspire you to be an advocate for these animals who want nothing more than a chance at life.